Well, according to the message I've got, we are now broadcasting. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a Thursday night fill in for Scott, the Blue Light Turner. He's up in, I believe, he's up in Scotland at the moment, helping Dale move. So he can't be two places at once. And with that in mind, I guess he's feeling quite a bit better. He is booked back in for next week. So those that are missing him, you've only got to wait another week. He's put a thumbnail up as to what he's going to do, but unfortunately I can't remember what it is now, because that's the trouble with getting old. Anyway, what are we doing tonight? Well, considering we're 135 days away from Christmas, by all accounts, I'm going to be doing some. No, someone put it on Facebook yesterday as 136, so I'm just taking a day off. So easy enough to work out if you go like that. So with that in mind, we're going to be doing a few Christmas decorations. Now, the decorations that I do basically are for the kids and adults to decorate. They're only small ones, and we're starting off. I'm sitting on the wood. That's why it was uncomfortable. 4 inches by 1.25 inches square. And you can use any wood. I believe this piece was a piece of scaffold board. But hey ho, it works. So what are we going to be showing you tonight? I'm going to be talking about tool presentation. I've got a camera set up so you can see it. Let me change cameras. That one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one. No, it isn't. You're lying. No,
that's not the one you showed me earlier, no.
It's because as I clicked, I dropped down one.
That's better.
I've got... losing my headset. I've got this one set up so you can see me at the lathe with tool presentation angles, because a lot of people I'm noticing are using the spindle roughing gouge level. Even if it's at centre, it is still basically scraping. My tool rest is 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch below centre, so that I can actually put this on and get the cut angle. On a spindle gouge, and they're both ground to 45 degrees, I can pick up the angle with the handle down, but it's very rare that you'll actually go straight into the wood. You will angle the handle. So with the bevel stuck on the wood, as I angle the bevel, I need to drop it down. But it's still 45 degrees to the wood, the cutting angle. So it'll all become evident as we make a start. So I'm going to turn on the extractor, which you guys won't hear. Take that picture off the screen so I can see a better picture, and fire this up at 4 bore, and you can watch me. Now that's just resting on the tool rest. If I lift the handle, it starts to cut, and I can turn it whichever way I want to, and it starts to traverse along a bit. But that's actually cutting, not scraping like that. So that's the difference. So we'll be using this camera on and off, but that's once it gets to the round, which it is almost, you will start to see shavings coming off. And the shavings are starting to come off now in longer, bigger flakes. So let me go on to the overhead camera, and you can see exactly what I'm doing. And while I'm doing this, Andy, my ear maggot for the evening, which we could have said hello to, which we can say hello to. Is it that one? It's that one. And just to prove that he's in, there he is. Yeah,
Yeah,
caught him awake. So,
yeah, I'm not on StreamYard. That's better. Here I am. Hello.
so I don't need that one. I need me back
Stream,
in.
YouTube
So,
is so far behind.
yeah, I'm going to move that camera. So we're going to be doing Christmas decorations. So I'm going to get this into the round while Andy tells me who's in.
Okay, well, we've got 23 watching now, so it's looking a lot better than it was as we started. So if I just go down the list, it's Linnykins, Circular Wood by Keith and Andy H. David J. Heath, Guildford Carpenter. Congratulations, Linnykins, by the way, on being the first. It's most unusual for you. Trevor P. Hobby Turner. Neil M. David Nicol. Neil M. again. David J. Steve Ellis. Tony Smith. Gav said I would work. Yes, Gav, it is me. Terry Hooper. Paul Heighton. Malcolm Douglas. I don't think I said you, did I? No. I've lost my place. Here we are. Christine and Michael Heseltine. Hello, Christine M. Jay's
Welcome
Cabin.
all, guys. Welcome everybody.
Jay's Cabin. That's about it.
That's about it. Right. Using the side wing of my spindle roughing gouge, I can use that as a skew. So that's down to round, and then not quite to a point. And that will become evident in a second. I'm going to swap to the spindle gouge. I'm going to mark where the parallel section starts into the tapered section. Just like that. And I'm going to put a light mark in the middle, and then in the middle of both of those. And that's going to be my branches for the Christmas tree. Can you see that? It's a little bit bleached out. Is that?
It is a bit bright. I can just about make out the lines. Yeah.
Yeah, I've turned off one light. I can't turn off any more.
No, it's light coloured timber, isn't it?
Yeah. So with the skew, with the spindle gouge going the wrong way, I'm just going to push it in on each of those. I've got something going on in my headphone, and it's a blooming nuisance. It keeps chatting, but it's. I don't think you guys can hear it.
No, I can't, certainly.
No, good. Right. Now, I don't want to go to a point. I want to leave a flat on the top of this. And I generally leave about 3 mil. And I'll explain why in a minute. But gentle cuts, closing the spindle gouge right off so you don't get a cut. And I can do this 2 or 3 different ways. I'll show you another one a different way next. So
Rob CP is in.
Hello, Rob. There's a basic Christmas tree.
Oh, Benjamin's
now,
in too.
The bevel that I cut just there for the bottom branch, I'm going down slightly on it and going straight in to within about 10 mil of the centre. By putting that first cut on, you've saved yourself doing that and bringing up a burr. So the bottom of the pot's going to be there. So it's just a matter now of making the pot. And you can make the pot as fancy as you like or as plain as you like. Bit of 120. Double it over. Fold it in half. Put that between. You can do both sides at once then. And I very rarely go down to 240, but I will do tonight. You don't want it too fine, but if you put the folded side to the bottom of the branch, you can do both bits together. So again, the folded bit goes in there. Job done. Part through. Use the spindle roughing gouge or a skew, and there is a Christmas tree.
Oh, Adam is in.
Hi, Adam. Alison's in as well. I've just seen her name pop up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So exactly the same size piece of wood going back in. And I'll do this one with a skew.
Benjamin's sorry.
Go on.
Benjamin's very proud of himself. He's joined the funnel club today. Except
okay,
he wasn't actually hollowing, he was actually drilling.
Okay.
And he just went too deep with the drill.
That's even worse.
Yes. I thought
Barry
that was quite
Chitty's
amusing.
in. Yeah.
Tommy Dunn is in.
Right. So.
Oh yes, Barry. Sorry, Barry, I missed you.
Roughing from the square with the skew.
Woodworm Paul is in. And Nick Castle.
Hi guys. Welcome to what several people would say is an early Christmas, but it's not really. Not if you do craft markets. This is exceptionally good practice for various tools.
Yeah, they're good things to do because it is good practice.
Yeah.
I actually sold a number of Christmas decorations last weekend.
Across to 3. If I come back to this one and bring that back in. So I got this camera's on a tripod. So you can see the angle that my skew is. Just gently running it down to round. Don't lift off, just run it back. And that's down to the round. We're going to put a blunt point on it.
RPM Woodworks is in. Door 60.
This isn't the softest piece of pine, and I can feel the growth rings on it. Don't know whether you can hear the growth rings, me bouncing over them. Possibly not, because the mic's pretty good. exactly the same as last time.
Can we go above?
Yeah, I'm going to score the side, mark the 4 branches, but you notice the angle of the skew. I'm just using the very point. Right, let's go back above so you can see it working from the time I get to the end of tonight. I'll remember which one's which. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, let's move that out of the way. Yep. So I'll just make these a bit deeper. That's the straight push in at the moment. So I'm coming round about 2 degrees and running down and coming down below about 2 degrees. Just going in. Doesn't matter which way you do it. But the skew is dead square on its back. And I'm using the long point. Exactly the same top of the pot, just to make a V cut in there. So the top branch, don't start right on the very edge. Start back, just gently ease it to not a point, but about 2 mil, 2 to 3 mil, and work yourself down. This, I am told by many of my students, is one of the best practice methods for using a skew. You get to use it right the way through, apart from one cut, which is the parting tool. And you don't do that. It's a lack of concentration, and
I didn't say a word.
Me not being able to see where I'm actually cutting, but we can get over that. We can. That's better. And once you get one catch, sod's law is you'll get another catch in exactly the same spiral. Now I can't make the cut in it until I've gone in with the parting tool, and again for the bottom. So that's a relief cut there. So one pot, if you want to, you can put a couple of decorative lines on it. Not sure whether. Where's that light coming from?
You're right. No, it's not.
No, it's not made a lot of difference overall.
No, a little bit, not very much.
Let's try one more. And if I turn the last one off,
you won't see what you're doing.
No, and that doesn't make any difference at all to it.
Not really. No.
No.
So make yourself comfortable. I think it's more important.
That one we know doesn't work. Right, so I've got 2 lines there. We'll just quickly sand it out. Bit of 240. Like I say, with it folded in half, you can do the bottom of the branches and the top of the pot all in one. So there we are. Let's take the little pimple off the bottom. Bring that up a fraction. You can see, just use the spindle roughing gouge.
Yeah.
There
Right. Sorry.
are
Yep.
two different ways of doing the same object.
Yep. Adam's talking in terms of the light and the camera's compensating for lack of light, and I think that is the problem. There's nothing, you can't do anything about it. Turn the lights off and it just goes, it increases the exposure.
Yeah. So the only way I might is bring that one online. At least I can see a little bit down the end then. So any questions on that, guys? And there's no reason why you can't do a bigger one. So we do a bigger one.
Oh, Brian at Hartwood Turnings in.
Hello, Brian.
How are we all this evening?
I'm good. I sort of half enjoyed your demo lunchtime, Brian. I will go back and watch it. I was busy working in here and I couldn't get to see all of it, and I couldn't make many a comment. So my chuck's got 2 tightening points, and as this is a soft wood and I'm not gripping it on a spigot, I'm using the jaws to dig in to grip it. I will keep going round until I can't get an easy tighten, which I can't there. So not changed anything at all. This piece has got a knot there. You can see that in the picture.
Yes.
It goes through the corner. So I prefer to work with the spindle roughing gouge. So I will work with the spindle roughing gouge. Turn it over on its side. I can get right up against the chuck. Not quite true. Use the side wing as a skew. We're going to go right through that knot.
Rob Stimpy says he can't cut through knots. Can't is a word you shouldn't use, Rob. What you mean is, I will learn how to cut through knots.
There it is, Rob. That knot is an X knot. That's all that's left of it there.
It has been knot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just practice.
It's having the bevel rubbing.
Yep.
And I can, with the bevel rubbing, I can determine the depth of cut. It's a bit like driving the car. If you turn the steering wheel, the car will follow you. If I move the bevel off or deeper into the cut, the chisel will follow you. So we've got a finished surface on there. Don't really need to sand it, but we probably will do at the end. So with the... Go on.
Question from Douglas. Keith, how big is the spindle roughing gouge that you are using, please?
Ginormous.
Yeah,
absolutely ginormous.
Inch and a quarter, I would guess.
Well, it's overall 1 3/8.
Right.
But last night Rob was saying they measure from over to inside, which is 1 1/4.
I know I bought mine as 1 1/4, so I will just have a quick look. because that can decide it. Definitely, I think it's the same size as yours.
Yeah, it doesn't give me any information on here except it was second hand when I picked it up, so it's got a little bit of marking.
Mine's brand new. Yeah, it's 1.25 from outside to inside.
Right. So Rob was right on that one then.
Yep.
Right,
and that's definitely 1.25. So yeah.
Spindle gouge on its side from where the parallel section starts into the cone. I'm going to mark the bottom. I'm going to eyeball the centre. And this time I'm going 2 branches above and 2 below. Now, if one of these, like that one, isn't quite right, what you can do is you can creep a bit on that one and pull back a little bit on that cut. So you can make it all. So all I'm doing is putting not quite the nose. I'm cutting as I hold it here about 11 o'clock on the bottom wing. So it's a push cut in, and the bottom wing is scraping.
Peter Corcoran's in. Hello, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
And following up on Rob's comment about can't, Brian says can't, won't and don't are 3 words that are banned from his horsemanship training yard. They are trigger words that switch your brain into defeat mode, and I think there's a lot of truth in that.
Yep.
Thank you, Brian, for that. Words of wisdom. Hello, Eric. Eric Winkler's in.
Hi, Eric. Well, thank you all for coming over and watching me turn Christmas decorations.
Up to 28 now.
Right. That's not bad.
No.
For me, and an early Thursday evening. So I'm chewing each one of these up as I work down, because there's a lot of weight, and you can, this one it's not at the moment, but you can actually flex the wood. So with the spindle gouge right on its side, I can tart up all the bits that I need to. Now, can you see where I'm putting the parting tool? I'm putting it between and using it to go straight in to about a 10mm trunk, and back to the spindle gouge. Something there.
Something there, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah. What's the guessing? It might be a nail. No, it's a pin.
Oh, is it? Right.
Yeah, it's a pin.
I can see something dark there. I can't see what it is. Yeah.
No, there's a pin, and it's taken the edge right off of that one.
I bet it has.
Yeah. So that one can go in the bucket to sharpen. And don't touch that bit again. So here's one I had earlier. Keep below that. Doesn't it make a difference when you...
Yes. Yeah, you can hear it, can't you?
So more of a flower pot shape.
And why not?
And straight onto the 240.
Oh, real simple things in. Hello, Baz.
Hello, Baz.
Did I say hello to Robert Dolman? He's in anyway.
No, I'm not sure.
No, I'm not sure either, but in case, I will say hello now.
Yes, if we've ignored some of you, put your name in again.
Put it down to my age.
and lack of wearing glasses. Oh, he's got them
No,
on.
no, I got them on. Yeah, they don't work, but hey, it cost me a lot of money. I've got to wear them.
So there are 3 Christmas trees, exactly the same. Now you might wonder why I've said leave the tops flat. I will reveal that now.
As he's doing his usual, saying "Bernie, Bernie, Keith."
No, the only Bernie bits tonight, Baz, are these, mate. The offcuts. So, seeing as these are so big, these little screw eyes, I have to hold them in pliers. And if you've got a point on here, you stand no chance of getting that in the top.
No.
But as you've got a flat, you can put a screw eye in there. So we'll do all 3.
Are they 3mm ones or
These are
3 or 4?
10,
Aren't they? Something
10
like that.
mil 10 mil shaft with a 2.5, 3 mil hole.
Yeah.
Not quite sure how you measure them up. But,
About the
not had
smallest
any.
you can get. Yeah.
Not had any issues with them splitting.
I had to go to China to get my first lot.
Yeah, that's where these come from.
Yeah.
So there we are, guys. That's why you don't put a point on the top if you want to hang these on your Christmas tree. Ideal, simple things. You can either, and I'm going to put the lid back on that pot because I don't want 1,000 on the floor.
Yeah.
So there's 3.
Been there, done that. Yep.
Yep. Now you can, if you fancy. That one's been varnished. And that was a bit of oak. And that one's been attacked with some glitter glue. And that's a bit of oak. So there's many ways you can decorate them. And there's a couple of bigger ones. Again, even bigger than what we've just done. That's the big one we've just done. So there's no end to what you can go. I don't tend to put screw eyes in these tall ones because there's too much weight in them. I think the most I've done is 8 inches. So that's 7.5 inches hanging out the chuck without tail support, which I haven't had an issue with. So providing you don't put too much pressure on the tools, you should be fine. And it's all about delicacy and getting the cut. Now, where's Rob? That's a knot, Rob.
Yes.
And that comes out there. Goes in there, comes out there, or the other way around. That's one I did earlier on with the skew. It's just broken a little bit out there, the centre of the knot, but am I worried? No, not at all. So you can do it, Rob. It's even worth finding a knot and turning it.
Yeah.
So we're half an hour down. We've done 3.
Well, it's not bad. About 10 minutes each.
Yeah, well,
That'll
I'm really
do.
racing. I can go faster. Right, back to the standard size. Bit of 4" by 1.25 inches. So again, tighten it. Keep working round. It's surprised now well this rubbishy old wood will compress, and like I said first thing, this is part of a scaffold board. Let's get rid of those. Go in the sack. That's it. So, and I don't move the tool rest from start to finish and from one to the other. So we'll do something completely different now.
Is it snowman time?
It's snowman time.
Oh, goody.
So bring it down to the round. One pass across the top. I might live to regret this, you know.
What's
This is
that?
quite an aggressive piece of wood.
It's very noisy.
Yeah.
Eric's marked it as a question, but I think it's more of a statement. He likes using oak, and when you stain it, it looks real.
Yep.
Real good, I
Yep.
assume it means, yeah.
Not sure this was a good idea for a snowman, but we're progress.
We like a challenge.
I usually keep the grained wood, like the pines and the deals, for trees because they look more realistic. Start low and creep up. That gives me snowman's head. Shoulders, head.
Question from Gav, which might use that mic, that camera you've got in a good position. What angle is your parting tool at, Keith, when parting off? Perhaps you could show us at the end of this.
Yep. So that is a snowman. If that's a bit coarse down there, I'll just gently take that down with one. Someone's exploded.
Only me.
Yeah.
Only me. There's a question from Douglas Mungham. Keith, are snow persons 2 or 3 globes? Well, that depends exactly what design you're making, Douglas.
Yeah. This one is a 1 and a bit. And the comments I've had in the past are it looks better with just the 2. Right. So I'm going to part that through there. So let me retrieve the camera and go back on to number 3. So that was it, Gav?
Gav, yep.
Can see.
I was just looking because I knew you were going to ask that. Oh no, that's your talking one.
Yeah, I know. It's it's changed positions. Number 3 is tripod, webcam. Should be that.
No, that's the overhead one.
Oh, it does my bloody head in at time.
Yeah.
That's the virtual cam.
We must get your Stream Deck working. So it's a fine picture of an electrical socket.
Yeah, no, that's down on the polewood.
All right. That's the one.
That'll
do nice. That'll do nicely.
Yeah. I'd bring that in.
You'd never guess who says Bernie Snowman, would you?
No. I've never seen a black snowman. I tell you what, I've seen some yellow ones. Right.
Don't eat them.
No, let's just come out slightly wider. So I'm going to part in there. I've got a 3mm, 1/8 inch. I hold this underneath my elbow, one-handed. just like it is there. Finger on the top, and I'm going in there, and I'm going slightly uphill to the centre. Just wiggle it about in the bottom. So that's my angle.
Yep. Thank you.
And that's the way I hold it.
And a question from David Nicol. Excuse me.
Yep.
I managed to mute myself that time. How much do those little ornaments sell for?
£1 each. Let's come back off of this camera.
That's very cheap.
Well, I'm not doing any decorating.
No, that's true. Yeah.
If that's the right one, which it isn't. Oh God, why is it all?
Yeah, Douglas is a bit tied up with what he thinks is traditional. He thought 2 globes was traditional. I've done quite a lot of looking at snowmen because I've been making them for a few years, and they vary. It depends where you look. They can be all sorts of shapes and sizes. I sell a lot of the ones with the globe as a glass globe with LED lights inside, a globe for the head, and then the hat on top of that at a jaunty angle, and it's sitting on top of a half globe. So a bit like Emma does, Tiny Turner.
Right, I found a. Don't want that bit.
Gav says cheers.
We're here to answer the question, guys.
All right, then answer Adams. How many can you make in an hour, trees and snowmen?
About 5 minutes each if I'm really into it. If I want to.
Talking through it, it's about 10 minutes on this, isn't it? But yes, I can see you be a lot quicker.
This could be interesting. There's a crack down there, but we'll go for it.
Yeah, see what happens.
Again, tightening it up. This is a piece of white wood. So, not quite sure what it is. I think it's European birch. And it cuts all together quieter.
Yes.
But there's the shavings coming off because I'm actually cutting rather than scraping. So
nice.
We're nearly round. Shavings.
Rob CP says he can do one in 3 hours.
Don't underprice yourself, Rob.
No. At least he said can do one. Not can't. Yeah, Adam's done the maths. He says £12 an hour for you, 30 pence an hour for Rob.
But if I was working to just knock them out, I would have lighting so that I could see rather than guess where I am.
Does sort of help now and again. Yeah, Douglas reckons Adam about a penny a year for him. I think you just need to try and make them. I think you'll be surprised how easy they are, or how quickly you can do it. Sorry.
Yeah, just go.
Not the skill levels, but
just go into someone like Jewson's home-based B&Q, Payless, whatever it is, and pick up some 1¼ inch rough sawn. You don't need planed or round.
No.
Cut it up into 4-inch lengths.
And go for it.
Go for it.
James Crawford is in. Hello, James.
Oh, James. That one was a lot easier.
Yes, that went quickly, that one.
Yeah, let's take the little pip off the bottom.
The timber does make a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, I usually try and do it in this white stuff, European birch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's the shake, crack down the back, not too bad. So that's at the back, so that's fine. So you've got a round one and you've got more of a standard shaped one.
Mm-hmm.
So to finish them off, which I will do now.
Adam was winding Rob, I think, saying he might be in the middle of a 6-foot Christmas trombleur. And Rob says, I can't do a 6-foot trombleur, not because of a defeatist attitude, but because of the size of my lathe, which is right. That's a fair comment.
Yeah. Nose. I always do the nose first, and I can show you better on this one. You've got the ring of the grain there, so go for the centre of that.
I thought I was being over fussy when I did that. I'm very pleased to see you do it. Yes.
No, I always do it that way because it looks terrible if you put it on the straight grain down the side.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Yep.
So just be careful. I'm confident of drilling or not drilling into my hand, so I can do it like that. If you don't feel confident, don't do it. Put it on a bench, hold it in a vise, whatever. But I feel confident. I've used power tools all my life, hand tools all my life, so I don't have an issue drilling that way. So what I'm going to suggest is that I do a part 1 and a part 2. Part 1 tonight, obviously, and I know I've still got half an hour, but I'm quite happy if you guys want me to come back next Tuesday lunchtime and carry on making. There's your basic snowman. Nose hole, armholes.
Terry Hooper's got to go. Bye, Terry.
Bye, Terry. It must be lunchtime, dinner time for you.
No, his son is on his wife's phone or something.
Okay. I don't do the decorating.
Wood turning by Barry is here.
Different style of hat.
Yep.
This one's got 2 twigs, bits of heather I found in the garden earlier on, drilled in, super glued in. This one's got a drawn on nose and face, and it's got a bobble hat. But hey ho, what do I care? Management does them.
Rob CP says yes, part 2, please.
Right, no problem.
Gav said I Woodwork says yes, part 2.
Right, so that's sorted then. Part 2 is Tuesday lunchtime. So there's a slightly bigger one, exactly the same principle. Black hat, blinged up with some glitter glue. And if Rob was a bit dubious about knots, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there, there's another one down there, and there's one there. So we're going for the record, and this one I put pipe cleaners in, so you can actually pose them.
Really did get knotted, that one, didn't it?
Yeah. So he's got pipe cleaners for the arms, pipe cleaner nose, and a knitted scarf.
Adam says no, part 2. Eric Winkler says yes, part 2. But Adam is joking, he says. So. But he got a boo from Gav.
So that's a bigger one. That one measures, for you exactists out there, it's 6 1/4 top to bottom, and it's 65 mm diameter max.
Good size.
So these I sell for £6 7 a piece, depending where we're selling them.
Sure.
And you can bling it up as much as you like. You can put black beads in the eyes, but the problem with putting anything that's black, that's bead-ish, is you've got to be careful of kids. The nose is super glued in, the arms are super glued in, they're folded over so that there's a safe end on them. That's a double one, and that's a double one. So it's folded in half, as you can see there. So it's
Sharp ends are inside, yeah.
A sharp end is buried in the wood about 3/8 of an inch. So
Ben Jamin's
wrong way.
giving your snowman characters. He said that snowman is looking a little smug for my liking. I wouldn't trust it. I've seen the Chuck movies.
Yeah, well, you can't help it. What have you been taking?
Yeah. And he's being encouraged by Wood Turning by Barry and by Alison Heath, both giving him some smiley faces.
Yeah. But if we can't have a laugh while we're doing it, why are we doing it?
And if we can, the snowman can as well.
Yeah. Right, let's find another nice bit of wood. I say nice bit of wood because I need something with no grain in for this one.
Shut my door.
This has got grain, but it's very close. It's a bit of European birch again. Now I will be changing the tool rest on this one, but it will become evident why I'm doing it. And I also need to boost this light up so I can, that's better, I can see the end. So 2 round. Once you got the corners off, you can be a little bit more aggressive. Not quite round. Probably because it wasn't quite true in the chuck.
Douglas is reminding you about you giving thumbs up, so do remember to, if you like what you're seeing, click on the like button.
Right, now I'm going to swing the tool rest at 45 degrees across the end. I want to make a parting cut or a finishing cut across the end because this is rough sawn. I want to go in 2, maybe 3 times. You can see as much as I can.
Got something? Adam's made a comment about your feet. I think nice feet, Keith. Linnykins then came in. The Linnykins then came in and said, "Look at his little legs."
You want to put yours on show, kiddo?
And Gav says, "You'll get grounded, Lynn."
Right, so we've got one little clanger there. This one you've got to work down the piece because you're gradually making it thinner and weaker.
Douglas is asking what wood scaffolds are made from.
They're a deal or something like that. It's quite coarse grained.
That's about as near as I could get, so good.
Yeah. It's usually a fairly straight grain.
Yeah. They have to be
Because of
strong.
its strength, yeah. But when you consider they're supported every 3 foot or a metre, you don't need to be up to structural strength, grade and quality. So straight onto the 240. Just,
And Adam's asking, are you running at 1500 RPM, Keith, or plus?
I'm running at maximum that this will do on this belt selection. I've got no idea what it is. I've got a variable bubble lathe, speed lathe, or I've got a variable motor in it. And the motor I put in and the gear in is totally different. So I've got no idea, but I would think it's around about 1600.
Yeah.
So going right in with the spindle gouge. That leaves a little bit of a nipple on the end. 2 passes down the paper.
According to Steve Ellis, the wood used to produce scaffold boards in the UK is European whitewood, which is imported from the continent, as it is this particular wood that is stipulated in the BS 2482. Well, that sounds a fairly definitive answer.
Yeah. So it's a whitewood. And that was a whitewood.
It doesn't say an awful lot, but it tells you what colour it is.
Yeah.
But it probably covers a range of timbers that are all suitable, I suspect.
So one little hand bell. Did I hear Alison say she wants a load for church?
No, she just passed me a glass of water.
So
she's heard me croaking.
Right. It's got that one. You're running about 15, something like that, Douglas. Would use, yeah. So I'm going down the chat as I'm standing here.
All right, yeah.
As I can. Like
I think we've covered most of it. So
there's a quick bell.
Ta-ta for now.
To the repertoire.
Adam says he's going to watch the rest tomorrow. Love the bell.
Okay. Thank you. So what have we got left in time? Well,
just about 30:30.
Yeah, which is what I was sort of aiming for, the hour, to give me a chance to go in and have a leak, shower, and then watch Rich, who's on after me. So
Brian's watching, so just sweep your workshop, yeah.
Yeah. It's clean. Let's go back on to...
Sorry, go
on. Webcam, is that the one? No.
Oh, Copper Al Wood turning's in.
Hiya, Copper.
I don't know when he came in, but I missed him.
Right. Okay, we're back on WanderCam. So.
Oh, he's only been in a couple of minutes, so that's all right.
So what's the excuse for being late, Copper?
He just says, "Sorry, I'm late." Covers that.
Yeah, I'm only joking. So there is a branch. Don't know how well you can see that. with there's an angel at the top. What have I got to put behind that? Manky old bit of wood, maybe. Does
Yeah,
that make it
it does.
stand
Yeah.
out a bit better? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got a manky old angel at the top, which we'll do another time. You've got a snowman, a candle, Christmas tree, coming down a bit lower. You can then see
Silver bell.
well, it's gold in actual fact. Gold.
Oh, all right, gold.
Yeah, gold glitter glue, and a yellow one. Like I say, I have no dealings with the decorations on this. This is management's. So that snowman's got just a bit of cotton, bit of double knit wool around its neck as a scarf. As it's smaller, it's got a little bit of cotton pipe cleaner and 2 pipe cleaners for the arms, which you can pose again, but they're safe. The same as Santa up the top here, which will be going through Monday. Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. And any other questions you've got? So there we are, guys. That's basically me done for this evening. So any questions you've got, anything you would like me to go over again on Tuesday, let us know when you come into the chat Tuesday. I do happen to have a great big box of wood there, so I'm not going to run out of wood. Or any questions you've got now?
That'll be the day.
Yeah. So let me go try and find the right camera now. And it's not that one. Oh.
It's number 3, wasn't it?
It started off as number 3. And that's number 3 now.
Ah, that's it. That's the one.
That one to do. That one to do. It gives me a chance to sit down, bring my boy back in.
Oh yeah.
Take my safety glasses off.
Feels quite Christmassy, doesn't it?
Yeah. If there's any,
can't see what I'm doing.
Any questions you've got, guys, bang them in at me. I'll see what I can do of answering them now. Gav's off. Thanks, Gav.
Ben's causing trouble. Can you turn the Grinch next? If you knew what the Grinch, I was going to say, if you knew what the Grinch looked like.
Yeah, if you show us what you want, I'll try and turn it. So
I'll put the code up for no, where do I have to do it? It's in YouTube. For Rich's
live.
Invade.
He's doing an invade.
Yeah, that's there now.
Thanks, Robert. Robert Dolman's escaping while the going's good. Well, I do appreciate you guys coming in. Like I said, I know it's a bit early for Christmas, but it's never too early to actually start making these and getting a stock.
No. That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Because you don't want anyone coming in like I had about 3-4 years ago. Scott and I did a craft fair over at a church, and there was a scout group by the side of the church, and the scout leader come over and he said, "Oh, can I buy a load of them off of you?" So I said, "Well, yeah, what do you call a load?" Thinking half a dozen. And he come back and he said, "Oh, can I have 30? Yeah. I could just about do 30. So you never know.
Give me 10 minutes, yeah.
No, I'd already done them. I just had to dig them out the box. I asked about scaffold boards. I was thinking about using some for bowl work. Don't, Douglas. 2 coarser wood. They're not that deep. The time you've got them true, they tend to be about 1.25 inches thick. There's
a little bit,
not a lot of stability.
Splintery too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Alison's going to show me the Grinch when I go in.
Okay. Hope she keeps it clean.
I have no idea what it is.
I've got a vague idea.
I probably
Thanks,
should do,
Alison. Yeah. Um, Neil M said, another great evening, Keith. Some food for thought. Well, it certainly is, and that's why I wanted to do it a little bit earlier than
yeah,
perhaps a lot of people would think. Um, that you need to start doing Christmas decorations, but like I say, I don't do the decorating on any of them, and I do the big ones and sell them, but I sell them as a complete job, but I only use whitewood. The only ones that I bling up are some small Christmas trees, and that one's got the green,
yeah.
see it there, green glue on. That one's just been hit with straightforward gloss varnish, and they're both oak. Oh, falling off my seat now.
Steady on. Take
Yeah,
more water with it.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
I think she's just trying to show me a picture of a Grinch.
All right, bring it in the show, Alison.
Yeah, she's here, but she's got the iPad. Oh, it's gone, Alison. It's gone. That's not a Grinch. That's my granddaughter. Yeah, we will get it.
Yeah, on Alison, G up, hold it up.
It's got.
Can't see it there. Just wave as you go. Oh right, yeah.
Well, she can't hear you because I've got a headset on.
Oh, of
But
course,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
that's a Grinch apparently.
Okay.
Exactly how you go about making that, I don't know, but we won't worry about that.
We'll have a look at that, but it won't be
Yeah.
a Christmas thing, will it?
No, I shouldn't have thought so. No, Christmas things got to be twee, haven't they?
Yeah.
In my opinion, anyway. So, good.
Eric
Well,
says
that's
he's
another.
made 35 so far.
Yeah, fun. He says after that, yeah. But,
Yeah.
yeah. I think they are fun to do. I enjoy doing the Christmas decks and the very basic ones because you can sort of lash them out and you keep modifying the design slightly as you go.
You modify it to suit you.
Hmm.
But like I say, they all start with the same size wood.
Yeah.
So you can't have anything too big and heavy because it'll pull the tree over.
That's right. Yep.
So,
as I say, I've started selling mine last weekend, so it is now time to sell for Christmas.
And I think I might take a few down this weekend with me down the museum. I've got a steampunk do down there this weekend, so I'm going to be there all weekend.
Black and gothic for that, I suppose, do they?
Yeah.
It's quite weird, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
But hey ho, if that's what turns them on.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Whatever they like.
You're right,
yeah.
Ben. I haven't seen the movie. And Peter Cochrane saying it was the film was called The Grinch Who Stole Xmas or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. That rings a bell. I haven't seen it, but
no, nor have I. I don't watch.
You're right, Ben. We haven't seen it.
No. An 8-inch ornament, but it is hollowed out light. Okay.
Yeah, the weight's important, obviously.
Unless you've got an oak tree in the lounge.
Yeah, that would work.
Anything on that, but so unless you've got any more questions, guys, I'm going to hit the off button so that I can get a drink and have a shower before Rich comes on. And like I say, I'm on Tuesday lunchtime to do part 2, which I will put up later on. And Tuesday evening, my boy here, Mr. H, is covering for Rich.
Yep.
So we did have a discussion as to what he might do, but
yeah, I think I will. I'll carry on with what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I could even show you.
That would be a vase or a vase.
If you remember, Keith did a four. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not square. Not square. No. A four-faced vase. Very similar to this, but he did talk when he was doing it in terms of having this going on the angle, so that it's sort of twisted as well as squarish. So we'll be having a go at that. We can discuss it, and I should probably do a bit of colouring if I get time, because it's going to be in tulip wood.
Which is a bland wood anyway, but
Yeah.
it works quite nice off of the tools. Rob's off. Thanks, Rob. Hope you've learned something. Go and practice on a few knots, like turn them.
Yes, absolutely. And Ben says the Grinch is Christmassy. Well, if he stole Christmas, I suppose he would be, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I'll have to investigate that.
We're showing our ignorance.
Yeah. I'm not so sure about a Grinch. I've got the basic of a gonk.
Well, that's the start. It's getting close.
Yeah.
Must be some sort of distant relative, I should think.
So, if you've enjoyed it, thumbs up on the way out. If you haven't, am I worried? But,
great live, take care, all Rob says, and Ben's suggesting I could do a Grinch-themed vase. Well, I'll pass on that one for the time being.
Green.
Yeah. Peter says, great
looks
live.
like you've all enjoyed it anyway. You've had a bit of a laugh.
That's the main thing.
A bit of a laugh and a little bit educational. Hopefully I've answered a few questions and shown how I do things. I'm not saying I do things right, but it works for me and it's safe. And that is my main criteria, that I show you guys how to do it safely. Pat Cumming? I didn't.
Cumming. Oh, that's a new name. I mean, hasn't.
It's not a new name, but I haven't seen him in here.
I'm today. So, So welcome. We're just finishing.
Just in time to see the end. But do appreciate you all coming over, spending an hour and a quarter with Andy and myself, taking the mick out of each other. But that's what we do.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. So tomorrow night he's
been lurking. Sorry, Pat's been lurking. So.
We've got Wayne tomorrow night, I believe, and
Friday night is Steve, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's away.
Wayne's lunchtime. So.
Robbo's covering for.
Oh, for Steve.
Steve, am I right? Or he's covering for one who's covering for someone else. It's all on YouTube, on Facebook. You have to go and find it. I can't remember, guys. I do apologise. Wayne's lunchtime. On Facebook.
Sorry. No, I won't even try and find it.
No. But Brian is doing it right. Okay. Wayne lunchtime. Brian's doing tomorrow night.
That's right. Yep. I do remember that now.
I know there's a big change around, but there is a live on most times that we've normally done a live. It's just a matter of working out who's doing it or hunting around. But I think all the guys are putting it up on Facebook. I certainly am.
So Brian's will probably be 7:45, as Steve's usually are, and Wayne's will be lunchtime, 1:00.
1:00, yeah. So, right, guys, I will see you Tuesday. Hopefully, speak to you on another live, and thank you all for coming in.
Yep. See you all soon.
See you all whenever.
Cheers.
Benjamin. Robbo is Saturday at 11 a.m.
Yeah,
that's right. He's carrying on his lesson with Brian and Rob. Brian's put in there. Wayne lunchtime, me evening, which is Brian covering for Steve. Robbo is on Monday for Terry. I knew there was something in there.
Yeah, I knew Robbo was doing something. Yeah.
Yeah, but there you go.
People going on holiday. It's not good enough, is it?
No. Right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Andy. I'm going to end it now.
Bye all.